Hey, good morning, you guys. We're going to do another video here. This one is based on facial proportions. And when it comes to your face, all the proportions are based on the positioning of your eyes. So let's give this a quick run through. Here's an example that has been done in the past. But how do we kind of get to this point? You're going to need another piece of practice paper. Or you could use your body proportions paper and do it on the back if you'd prefer. I have created some of these templates, and I made the template 10 inches long, okay? We're still using that kind of egg shape that we used when we discussed body proportions, where the chin area is a little more tapered down. So if body proportions are all based on the size of the head, then facial proportions are all based on your eyes. A lot of people think that your eyes are kind of towards the top of your head, and I can see why, but your eyes are actually right in the middle of the head. You know, if you take the distance from the top of your head to your eyes, you'll find that the distance from your eyes to your chin is the same. Okay, you can test that out on your own face, or even take a ruler, but I'm going to take this ruler at the top of the head to the bottom, and again, I did that so that it's 10 inches. So half of 10 is going to be 5 inches. I'm going to make just a little mark here, very lightly across the paper. I'm going to draw a line at the 5-inch mark. And then also to keep the face symmetrical, sometimes I'll add a very light line going down the center. So you're creating basically an X on your paper. Now, when it comes to your eyes, we're going to place it on either side. I got that symmetrical crisscross right there. Spot for an eye, right in the middle of the head. Okay, so for an eye, I'll typically do kind of a curved line for the upper eyelid. Also somewhat of a curved line for the bottom. One of those little details I usually add is making this almost like a double line at the top, so that it looks sort of like the beginning of an eyelid. Sometimes even adding double lines underneath are helpful. The colored part of your eye is the iris. Try not to put that right in the center, otherwise it looks like somebody's very shocked and surprised or even terrified. Usually the iris is covered up partially by the upper eyelid. And then the black dot in the center of your eye is the pupil. Although I wouldn't do it completely as a black dot, because your eyes are very reflective. So sometimes you'll have almost glimmering qualities to the eye. Now before I go too much further, I'm just going to take the length of the eye that I've drawn. Typically the distance between the eyes is the length of an eye. So I'm going to try to make just a little mark here. And same thing as I did before, kind of a curved line. I'm trying to keep those the same size, you know, symmetry here. And then also a curved line going down. Again, not a bad idea to double up some of the line work. It gives the eye maybe a little bit more dimension. Makes it look like the eyelids, the eye sockets. I'm doing the iris of the eye. Again, that's partially covered by the upper eyelid and the pupil. I don't ever fill it in completely solid. I like to leave some areas kind of glimmering through. Now, I'm going to move on to our next step in a moment, but I don't want to make a video too long, so we're going to stop right here and continue onward.